Hello. Yep. How are
Okay.
you?
Shalom. Baruch Hashem. We're in the middle of nowhere here. Page Nun Beis in the Rabbi Chaim edition. They were up to have a Zor Mitzvah Kalla. Third line.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to.
You gotta put it on the screen.
Aveiros. Right here. Aveiros.
Yep.
Aveiros Mitzvah Kalla. Aveiros Mitzvah Kalla should be achli chamura. You should be careful in how you fulfill a mitzvah kalla, because a mitzvah kalla can bring you to a mitzvah chamura. It'll be advantageous to you if you do keep it properly. The stepping stone. Mitzvah kalla, right? So you should run through mitzvah kalla. So evidently, this Gemara says seems to see it as a contradiction. Let's see that in the Rabbi Chaim. Heavy ruts mitzvah kalla borech min Aveiros. If Aveiros mitzvah mitzvah Aveiros mitzvah steps along another mitzvah, Aveiros steps along another Aveiros. Kachish no perek dadot. That's what we learn fourth perek of us. Asher kashlei kvartai lab avos. My tiny havi near tamin Aveiros. So this the line before is that having near to michet kal shema yaviyachal chamor. So here the question is, I guess, what is this saying differently? Why? What's the difference between what are we learning here differently than we learned from having nirta? This is again previous line here in Nova Sabinasa. So what's the difference? So he says, willfully even they compel you to Avera, say near time last so he started with Kokocho not so. So Kiddush is it rots to a mitzvah and rots away from Avera. Okay, that means I should be trying to do my best under normal circumstances. But to be near time means even in a case of onus, when I'm compelled to do it and my responsibility is diminished, I should be so horrified. That's what I've said, that I try to as best I can to avoid it in any way, shape, or form like that.
Okay.
Diktani nirta, because it says nirta. Let's say the word teda. Rabbi Chaim adds teda, but I don't see it in the text itself. The below tani borech, dachah ba'enes, then be utterly brach. Oh, he says differently. It doesn't say being borech in Avera. It says being near to Avera means even though you're compelled, you don't have the capacity to run away. It's a nice way of running it. Come here to near to you can't run away. That's its Yonis, right? Barutzo, you get to run away. Bonus, you're stuck. So it can't be borech. But at least you should be near to, you should be staggered by the potential of the Avera. A nice shot. Okay? If you want to cling, says Rabbi Chaim, if you want to cling to the love of your friend, having should be actively involved and negotiating for it on his behalf. The Yirushalmi is going to learn how to become a apostle. So this is the there's a Rav Dessler speaks of this. He says, if you want to love somebody, you have to invest in them. It's not if you're investing in somebody, you love them. If you want to love somebody, you have to invest in them. And that's how love comes about. So he's saying something similar, right? He's saying, if you want to come to love somebody, do stuff for them. Okay? That invests you in them. Ich weiß that you double see after Recha, Mikol Shahava after Recha, Areu Kamocha. Okay, I'm not sure. I guess the clients are in the because without that, it's cryptic. It doesn't say here those words, right? If you want to be Davik and Avas Recha, then you should be nice and anointed. But he says, This is the advantage of after Recha Kamocha. Then he's going to cling to you. But Kamocha, he's like you. I know Mar should be kosher to know something. So he's saying, not like this, or at least not the other direction. He's saying, if you're nosim and nosim tabaso, he'll love you.
Right.
I just the way I touch it means you'll love him. I think it's a shot, but he's saying also he'll love you in return. Okay, that makes sense. If you want this stuff from a sin, practical advice here, have a mechashev v'ayin. Sofo. Consider and what the end of a sin is. The Stephen says, "A wise man has his eyes in his head. The eyes of a fool, they look at the edge of the earth. Lama, why? He puts other stuff in front of him and forgets his end. Okay, it says Rabbi Chaim. Vayim Sofo, Perush, the Sof called him the Mesa. You're going over the Shasi, you say, Dimakesh, de Melch, Malchem, Lochem. That's the account. It says, Aini Ro, Aina Roy, El Mash, Alor, it's the front of. What he said, just right in front of him. But not the topless. That's the seal, right? He says, the Chochem, Aina Rosh, sees far, Aina seal, but Kseo, Oretz, which I guess is the boundary of the land in front of him, not a distance, right? It says, Ish bar loydach still living as those, right? So a bar is somebody who's ignorant. A ksil is worse. Ksil says, I understand everything except for that, right? So the bar, okay, he knows he's the bar, but a ksil, he thinks he understands everything. You know, you ever hear about the Dunning-Kruger effect?
Oh, I'm very familiar with it.
Okay, so just for our listeners, so they should be aware that I just taught this in school a couple weeks ago. The Dunning-Kruger effect has 3 components to it. I only do 1 component, but then I learned there are 3. The 3 components are: an incompetent person thinks they're an expert in a field. A slightly competent person feels that they are incompetent in the field, and a very competent person often thinks that other people are as competent as he is. Did you ever hear the third part?
Possibly. The way I've heard it is that the very competent person underestimates himself because he knows how much he doesn't know.
No, so that's true, but the studies have shown you're right that the person who's competent is almost as confident in himself as the person totally incompetent. Not quite, but almost as confident. So, so of course, a person who is a bar, at least he knows he doesn't know. Ksil thinks he understands everything except one small thing. So therefore, he's supremely confident and supremely arrogant, and not willing to listen. So a ksil here, right? Any ksil would say, all right, so he's talking about Shulpana. He looks at one thing, right? There's in front of him. A bar has no idea what's going on, but a ksil knows a little, and knowing the little is very bad, and therefore he doesn't look at the purpose. Okay? I think that's the shot here. Yeah, again, like the Chaim says, "Eino roa el masha oretz lefanav." Chashek atzmcha b'mitzvah. I assume it means that you should desire mitzvahs. Does he say here? No, he's going to explain that's not the case. Okay, let's look at the next line. How do you show you desire mitzvahs? By uplifting, by praising people who do the mitzvahs, which is sometimes we think of someone else doing the mitzvah. That's not good because we're not doing the mitzvah. So, you should want to encourage and uplift people who are doing mitzvahs. As he says here, because in if you want to do the mitzvah, then you're going to be say the people do it, so people want mitzvahs, really want mitzvahs. They want as many people as possible to do mitzvahs. And therefore they put people who do mitzvahs on a pedestal. And they don't denigrate people doing mitzvahs, which is very often what we do, is that when we see people doing mitzvahs, we say, hey, he's not doing it for the right reasons, he's not worthy of doing it, etc. No, if you want to really have a cheshbon for mitzvahs, you want other people to do mitzvahs as well. Ovus nafshecha. Wow, love yourself. That's very different. It's very pop psychology. We're very against loving oneself. What does it say here? Aideshu tia samech b'mitzvah. In the same aideshu to shanei tami mitzvah mitoch rinana. So evidently, the way he's learning avas atzmo is that you're love yourself if you're doing good, and that's good. You should have the simcha of doing things which are good, and of feeling accomplished of doing. That's what he means. And be happy. Shanein v'ranein. Learn and give and be joyous. Is it Mitzvah Katani? No, not yet. Shanein v'ranein. B'psachea. The mitzvah katani the medrash kama. I have no idea what this is saying. Okay.
No, it's part of the previous thing.
What?
Right. But what's
the psachit though?
Opening it, I guess that means you discuss it. In its openings. You talk about it.
I see. Right. So the samech, learn and rejoice in the pitachim, like the mitzvahs, right? In the like the Shari Tzedek, Pischei Mitzvah, something along those lines.
Right.
It should be Pischei Mitzvah v'tamel. It says, Pischei Mitzvah v'katani l'midrash kaima. So you get simcha and ultimately you cause yourself to love yourself. If you learn the mitzvahs, you don't just do them, you learn them and you do them with simcha and you try to understand the reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool. If somebody, presumably HaKadosh Baruch Hu, perhaps, yeah, some other people as well, Rabbi Chaim says, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not. Look at this a lot. You have to give thanks. Let's see what it says here. You should be thankful that you got the taiva, it's not what your mind. Well, he says he doesn't know what the word Sefaria has to do here. Again, he tibu chamat yemenech arbei mitzvot adolitein hodah shesfarucha shesfarucha.
I don't know. You're so happy you count your mitzvahs.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about some innovative way of changing the word, like Yerushalmi. What does that say? Well, let's see. What does he do here? It doesn't have any shot here. Unfortunate. No, that's no good. Okay, nothing in there. Says for Rucha Yitibuach. Yitibu Madi Rabbi Chaim said that Shesparucha. I don't know. No clue. And if Rabbi Chaim doesn't know, I guess it's hard for me to know also. The only thing I would say is Shesmucha means they counted you, meaning that you count.
Okay.
I don't think that's the track. Minolan, how do we know that you have to give thanks for anything? You have to give, because we learn from bench, right? We know that Avagav Lo Sava, right? How do you know even if we weren't satisfied? You see, give them to eat. See, and they said, even though they left over, I presumably means they didn't eat to satisfaction, they still gave a bracha. See, Chaim. He gave 20 breads to 100 people by Elisha. Yet, nevertheless, they made a bracha. Even though now it says I make a bracha. It's difficult. The partial question is you. They should struggle. Fakel. The opposite. The reason why they're left over is because they're satisfied. Right? The Chaim is a good question, right? Because that was the nace. They only had 20 loaves, and nevertheless everybody was satisfied. She's Baruch Alechem Emeyeh. Bread was blessed in their customs. Yishmar came the Robinim ain't no swayim is there. So it's saying since most people are not going to be satisfied with this. The way you don't have to make a bracha, if you're satisfied with derech neis, so Alechem is being about neis. You don't make a bracha, you don't make a bracha a bench because your svias was not from the neis, it wasn't from the bread. How can you say a chavta v'savata? You weren't oich v'savata, not neis, not a chavta v'savata. Okay, I'm not sure I like that shot, but it's very cute. And so he's saying that, so therefore, since they had to give a bracha, even though Svia wasn't through the bread, it was through a nace. From this we know that even if you're not Savea, you have to give a bracha. It could be like this also. In other words, because they knew that this came from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which was manifest afterwards, in fact, that they benched, that's why the nace happened. So, the intent to make a bracha helps for the miracle to take effect. Want to go further? You want to stop here for a second? I like to go a little bit further.
We can go a little further. Okay,
Mesa, the question. Okay, so should there be out of Yonah? Like Hashem said to his servant Yonah. It says the Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky Hassan, one of the kings of the north. He restored the boundary of Israel. Vida Marta Kvar Hashem Haina Bracha, my bracha Shai Chasa. Okay, so he just said Kvar Hashem is a bracha. So what about in this pasuk? Kvar Hashem, okay, so should he be out of Yonah? Has Kvar Hashem mean a bracha in that pasuk? Asam Nami Odor, there to its thankfulness. Says Chaim Asnai Kloma bracha lapta. As Kvar Hashem is Odor. It doesn't mean it's really Birkas Amos. It means Odor. What happened? Achim Haina bracha. When you eat, that's a bracha. So Dvar Hashem means that you have to be thankful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In other words, I guess the cognition that something is Dvar Hashem, right? Cognition is Dvar Hashem, that's the whole dog HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What's the bracha there? Asnami Ema Baruch Mekim Devaro. Says Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky Hashem Eliyahu, Asnami Mekim Dvar Hashem little obvious. It's bad. He came to Shomron, I guess, and Hadad, the king of the Syrians, came and destroyed all the stuff from Achab and Shomron, Hashem, until he was eradicated. Like Hashem said, Eliyahu, Ma'adosh Shakan. What's happening? This is well with here. So Baruch making Baruch, Baruch some kind of Baruch in Nifram in Ocean. Acknowledge because Baruch will take retribution from the Shem as he had promised. Tashma Kvar Hashem Gomer Shiloni. There's the Chaim Tosh Kvar Hashem Mikom Lachem Altes. What about Kizibasam? Vayikam Alcho Basha. When he became king, he called base Yerava. Killed all the people in the house of Yerava. Lashir called the Shemali Rava. Hadish Mado to destroy the Kippur Hashem should be out of do Achia Shinoim. Certainly sounds bad over there, right? He's like Kamarta Hasam Ksi Biyad Hacha Skama. He Kamarta Kippur Hashem Ado Hacha Mayado Shachbe all the road. So my kasha. So says Rabbi Chaim, I don't understand what the Akvar Mishlim make Korah, Baruch making the world, just like Nami because Baruch promised to destroy Achab, because Baruch promised to destroy Yerabah. So just like the there it's the brothers making Baruch also. Also here. Baruch making Baruch. So it's Kam Lekach Basha. Basha did not have that in mind. He didn't do it for the Shem Shemaim. El Biyaor Marish Tzadi Kaya is kind Var Hashem. Oh, it was Yehu who destroyed all the people in the shop left for Achab, not the kingdom of Syria. It was Yehu who destroyed all the people, all the remnants of the house of Achab. At that point, Yehu was considered to be doing the Ratzon Hashem. Later on, Yehu went off the derech. But when he first became king, he was doing the Ratzon Hashem. So therefore, before it's the Ratzon Hashem, and that's why it's Dvar Hashem, shaking Baro. Thanks to Baruch he sustained his, he fulfilled his words. Here, that doesn't work. Right? So what's going to be over here? The Asam see biyad hachastama. Gabe v'yochel yisiru t'chsi Dvar Hashem stama hu damaran. Tanya bracha is generic. That means bracha. V'hasim t'chsi v'asher diber biyad avdo. Achi akim si biyado. Ein abuah shenitna biyado. So it's not saying a bracha. It's saying that, right? It's telling over. Dvar Hashem there means the nevuah. The other place Dvar Hashem doesn't mean the nevuah. It means a bracha. Here Dvar Hashem means the nevuah. V'la bracha. Kim l'silach l'kash na'im mikra. Once you say there, this also, we don't have to say what we said before. The answer of the brachas for making Baruch, because it also Dvar Hashem means Yonah stayed over the Nebuah Parmakush Baruch. Okay, we'll stop here.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I didn't realize it gets so complicated. Cool. I like it. Okay, have a good week. Next week, probably I'm going to be in Orlando, visiting my daughter. If I can, I'll let you know.
All right, very good.
Okay, take care.
Chodesh Tov.
Chodesh Tov.